Tonight on Rubber Duck Engineering, we're going to make it possible for you to checkmate the opponent in Lambda Battle, and then we're going to try to write an agent that beats the random agent.
Beats the random agent?
It doesn't seem possible, does it? The random agent is just too wily.
Well, of course, our faithful viewers who don't even know what the random agent exists, because I don't think we'd gotten that far last week.
Oh, that's right. I added it over the between last episode. We had the first mover agent that would just take the first available move and take it. But that was kind of boring because when I put the two agents in, they just did the same thing all the time. So I cleaned up the machinery a little bit to like solve some of the problems we'd gotten ourselves into, to separate like a piece from a player from an agent. And then once I had that, yeah, we kind of tied ourselves into a little bit of a knot last episode. But I refactored it. And then I added the random agent. And the random agent just, instead of always picking the first move, it just picks a random move.
Does the random agent beat the first mover agent?
Most of the time. I didn't actually try the first mover agent just goes up and to the left.
Okay.
And like it just ends up in the left corner and sits there. And the random agent walks around randomly and eventually will land in the corner and smash it.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. So the random agent should almost always win in that regard.
Yeah.
Because one of the things we also discussed for the show is that maybe we can make the agents battle tonight.
Yes. But although, I mean, win is sort of in quotations because the game comes to an end, but the UI like doesn't declare a winner or anything. So I think that may be the place to start.
So you said you made some amazing, awesome modifications this week. Should we head to the code machine?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll give you a quick tour.
Okay.
So the first thing is I moved. We used to have all the code in main.dart.
Oh, and so, as is the way.
As is the way. So what I did is I took the like game related code out and put it in engine.dart.
Okay.
And then I took the agents out and I put them in agents.dart. So the reason I put the agents in agents.dart is because now they'll be restricted to the public API. Whereas if they're in the same file, you're in Dart, you're just allowed to reach into the private things in the same file. So now the agent has to play by the public interface.
Makes sense. Okay. So this file makes total sense. We got a couple agents. We could clearly add some more. This file, oh, wow, you got some fancy pretty printing.
Oh yeah, I went like pretty print crazy. So the Delta class is what we used to call the move class.
Okay.
Delta just represents a change in position.
Mm-hmm.
As we'll, if you scroll down, we can go through the classes. Position is just exactly like what it was before, except I added a constructor to give you a random position, and I added a bunch of like pretty printing and stuff.
Yeah, I think some things call these like size.
Yeah,
like this is like a size class, and this is like an offset or a position class is fine. I'm just thinking back to the WebKit names, which are seared into my little old brain. I see you're using the Flutter helpers for hash value. This comes from Flutter, right?
Yeah.
Hash values.
I feel like most of this stuff should just be auto-generated. Like I should just, why do I have to write my own equality and hash code operator? Like maybe there's some way of doing that. Like
I know the language team is, I mean, this is all public. You can go look at the Dart language repository, but I know they're cooking up all sorts of interesting things to handle things like this. So we'll see what they come up with.
It's another place I've been spoiled by Rust. On Rust, they have all these derive X. Like I just want to like derive equality and derive hash or whatever. Then this is move. So before we represented move as just a delta, but like a dx and dy. So now move has like an initial position and a final position. So it's like fully resolved what the move is going to do.
Okay.
It's not resolved like what piece is moving or who's moving. It just says move from this square to that square. Oh, hi Giphy. Good day.
Hey, nice to see you. And you're right. Wow, it's like you've written the same lines of code 3 times.
Yep. And then I separated the notion of a player out from the piece. So there's a player and piece are now separate classes. The player has a name and a color.
Sure.
Color, I feel like, doesn't quite belong here. It belongs in the presentation layer, but whatever.
Well, it's possible player is presentation. Well, yeah.
Well, you see, with piece, I have a type of piece, and then I have an owner of the piece. So I went with king for the chess terminology. In the green room, we were talking about like maybe we don't want to go quite so chessy. We might want to have a different kind of piece or something.
It totally
or maybe
works.
we want to make piece into an interface class with a bunch of implementations. I don't know, but
yeah.
And then I had the piece know how it can move.
Oh, I see. So delta is like possible moves, basically.
Yeah. Oh, Giffy liked the Flutter 2.0 update. That's really cool.
Or the 2.5, yeah.
2.5, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's easy to get sort of like lost in it when you do it every day, but then, once a quarter when we release, it's just really nice to see all the stuff that the bajillion contributors that contribute to Flutter have made. But you were giving us a tour. Illegal move.
Yeah, so this is an exception that can be thrown now. When you try to make a move that isn't allowed, you get an exception.
Is it supposed to derive from anything in Dart?
I don't know. It seemed to work.
Okay. I don't know. I know in Rust you don't have to. Like, this is just another thing you hand to the result.
In Java, you definitely have to derive from exception or throwable at least. But I think in Dart, you can just throw anything.
Okay.
And the board, I moved the constants to be here. The board now knows what's in bounds for the board. And then I represented the board as a map from position to piece. So it's like a sparse representation of the board. And then this allows you to do really easy things. Like if you want to enumerate each piece, you just get a callback for each piece and where it is. And you can like place pieces at positions, and there's all this like cute syntax for a board is immutable. So when you place a piece, it doesn't mutate the board. It just gives you back a new board with the pieces like as recommended.
Right.
And then here's the move function, which basically enforces the rules for what it's allowed.
You wonder if this really belongs on the board, but maybe since the board is immutable, maybe it does. Because this is really kind of like a rules class. Okay, but okay.
Yeah.
This thing.
And then it's a little bit odd. So the move function does all these checks and throws exceptions. And then I have another function on here called isLegalMove that kind of has to line up with that function. So it's supposed to return true exactly when the move function won't throw an exception. I could have used... I wanted to throw a detailed exception about what... I could have just said, like, if is not legal move, throw illegal move exception. But I wanted to generate these nice error messages.
Well, you could have a third helper class that returns you the reason, right? And you either throw that reason, or if like the reason was null, then of course you're allocating all these strings. Like in Rust, that's not what you want. But
yeah, I don't think this is perfect. Something like that might be better.
Wow. This is actually one of the difficulties with starting like a new project is figuring out all this stuff. Well, like how you want to lay things out. And I think it actually helps when like you just got to do it by yourself, because a lot of it doesn't end up mattering, but somebody has to make the decisions. You were saying, so is legal move, can move piece 2, get legal moves.
Yep. So once you have that, you can check that. So you can ask the piece what are its deltas. You can try to apply the deltas to each of the positions and then check whether they're legal and basically iterate through all the legal moves for a player.
Okay.
And then this checks whether the player has a piece of a certain type on the board, which then allows you to define the next function, which is this player alive? So currently we're defining that a player is alive if they have a king on the board somewhere. Somewhere on the board, there's a piece that's owned by them, and that's a king.
So have you tried giving a player multiple pieces?
I haven't tested it, but it should work. You can give them multiple kings, or we can invent new piece types or whatever.
Okay. And then, okay. And so game state then, we have a board and a list of players. An active player, yeah. Move.
This is also immutable. And so instead of keeping an index like we did before, I instead just rotate the player list.
When you...
So the active player is always the first one on the list, and when that player moves, they go to the end of the list in the new board, the new game state. Okay. And then if the player is no longer alive, they get removed. So the way that you detect that you have a winner is there's only one player left.
Okay.
And so there's an accessor for winner.
And then agent view is what is passed to the agents.
Yep, which is just exactly what we had before. It just has a iterator that says what are the legal moves for that player.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool. Well, so we talked about making it possible to win. Or presumably you can win, they're just the UI doesn't notice it.
Yeah, I think like if you ask the board or ask the game state is there a winner, it'll be non-null when there's a winner. And so we can just wire that up to some UI.
I guess I could actually just start this up and we can see it. I never quite know, what does this orange down here mean? I don't know the colors of Visual Studio Code.
Oh, I think that maybe means that something is happening.
Oh.
Like there's a task going on or...
Okay.
I think it turns green when it succeeds and red when it fails. And so I think orange is like the intermediate I'm thinking stage. I don't know whether your code compiles it or not yet.
I can believe that. Yeah, we oh, I see. Maybe it has some breakpoint set. We'll see if it does. Hi.
I also made it so they pieces get put in a random position.
And here they are. These are two random agents.
Yep. If you click through for a while, they'll eventually collide, and one of them will win.
And the other one gets removed?
Yeah, its piece just gets removed from the board, and then that agent or that player never gets to move again.
My index finger.
They're getting close. They're getting close. Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
But now if you keep clicking it, because it doesn't know the game has ended, it'll keep moving around randomly.
Okay.
But it'll move on every click.
Straightforward to fix.
Yeah. A winner is you.
Yeah, or purple one or whatever, right? So this is
their names, so you can display the names.
Oh, there we go. I feel like we did this before. We had a different game where we won.
Yeah, the one with the honeycomb.
Yeah.
Pangrams.
Yeah, in Pangrams. Okay, so
I think it's just in the build function. Just say if there's a winner.
Figure out where. You were saying, sorry?
Yeah, just in the build function here somewhere.
Oh, I see. The board view could just do it. So it's if game state here is not equal to null, return. So we really want a stack, right?
Oh, you want to overlay something on top of it? Yeah, then a stack.
I think you want a stack. Stack. Oops, this is not Rust or whatever. Children. Well, this actually because of UI as code, that can go in line now, right?
You're doing the same thing I did. You didn't put the parentheses around your ifs.
Oh no. Yeah, this can now go in here. It's if winner is not equal to null, then we include, what is it called? There it is, text.
No way. This works now?
Yes.
I remember we dreamed that this would work someday, and the future is now.
Oh, the future is 2 years ago, man.
I love it.
But the future definitely came to pass. What is it? Winner, the name.
I captured winner to a variable here for you, so you can.
Okay. A winner. A winner is. What was the meme about the all your base are belong to us, or whatever? That's where my mind went with.
Yes.
With her failed typing.
This is
I don't think this needs parentheses because this is Dart.
Okay.
Maybe it does. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I think it's like a Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I think when you win Mike Tyson's Punch Out, it says a winner is you. This might need a little bit more. We might need a container.
What more could someone need?
Well, I just think we need something to make the text readable.
Okay, but this is Flutter. We could see this live.
Okay, let's see it live.
if I can remember how to Windows here. A winner is Alice. What? Why does it say a winner is Alice?
That's the name of the first player.
But why is there a winner?
You had been playing the game and somebody won.
Oh, that's right, because this is Flutter.
You hot reloaded your winning game state. What are they? Padding, insets, geometry?
But it's also not painting the board.
Okay.
So something's funkified. If we comment out our stuffs here.
Yeah.
Our custom paint, like, did our custom paint lose its size because of the stack?
Oh, probably.
Yeah. But it needs to like this thing needs to be in like an expand or something, or does stack have a?
Yeah, stack fit loose. You want fit tight. What was it? Fit?
Stack fit, I think.
Fit.
There we go.
All right. Now we can't see a winner is Alice.
Well, probably because it gets painted over. Because it turns out we actually want this to be after.
Oh, right. Okay.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I see. You put your like click barrier or whatever. So it's not actually a click barrier. And we're gonna have to turn off this thing. Whoa, whoa. What do we do? Uncaught exceptions? How dare you? What's my exception? I do not have enough pixels. Pick move.
I don't know what you did. Let's just continue.
We'll just reload that. We'll do the hots. The hots reloads. Okay. If I turn this on.
Opacity 0.6.
Oh, I see. Whoa. Whoa. What did we get? How did we made somebody sad? What could we have done?
Maybe we mysteriously edited something. Do you want to check your git diff to see if we messed up something?
What's the like paused on breakpoint?
Oh, maybe we set a breakpoint. Do you want to just try continuing and see if that?
I just don't understand where I don't see a breakpoint. Continue. Hi, I'm stopping.
Okay.
I don't know what it did. Maybe there was a breakpoint and I like clicked it away or something. We're building a Windows application. Hey, it's a Maybe Hal 9000. Oh my goodness. With kangaroos and cowboys. Or cow persons, cow emojis.
Are you from Australia, maybe, Hal? I'm kind of assuming that from the emoji selection.
Maybe Hal in my mind is always this very secretive personality.
I mean, they're the ones who put out kangaroos. Like, I'm just going off that.
They leaked information.
Okay, there's clearly something going on here. What did we do?
Well, okay. So let's see this. That's all we did.
Okay, that seems legit.
Unless we like screwed up the game state somehow. Like, does winner do anything, or is it just an accessor?
It should be an accessor. I mean, I've never called it before. Maybe it messes something up. All just is it calls active player. Yeah.
What does active player do? Active player is just
the first player.
Where's our first? Okay, so there shouldn't be any side effects.
Okay.
just don't understand. Like, what's this? That's just showing me the PC, right? The program counter.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it just had a mood. As computers do. Oh, you're gonna make me. Oh,
The winner is Alice. Alice won.
does Alice always win? Is Alice
No,
purple?
it's random.
Okay. I really want this to be like a
maybe Hal is from Australia.
maybe Australian 9000. What time is it in Australia? It's like they're like 9 hours back, maybe a day. I don't even know. Okay. A winner is out.
Right. There's a winner now.
So we did it.
Should we make a smarter agent that can totally beat up on the random agent?
Sure.
And then maybe Bob can be victorious.
Maybe like a seeker agent.
Ooh, I like it.
Well, we have to depend. Like, what is it that the agent can see?
Well, I think we can. What we talked about before is that there's this agent view, and maybe there are different queries you can run in the agent view that have different costs. So we talked about like a gas cost. Like we in the Ethereum project, we saw how gas could be used, but we don't need to integrate gas right now. But maybe we could have like a powerful query that's like find me the closest opponent piece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's lunchtime. Is it lunchtime in Australia?
It's lunchtime in the future.
It's lunch tomorrow.
it's Saturday lunchtime or Friday lunchtime. That actually sounds really good right now. But
do you see what I'm saying? Like, what if there was like a is like view dot closest
opponent.
Maybe like piece type king.
Okay.
Right? And then because your thing, then we could say like for var move in legal moves. Like what if there was like a distance, like move dot final position.
Distance to, and then you're just trying to minimize.
Yeah. This feels a bit like what we were doing with the ecology simulation, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, then you just want to actually map those and then get the minimum of them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Moves dot map.
Those are like
I'm doing this your way. I'm writing the fantasy code.
Yeah, no, this is great. You're speaking my language here.
Say I put like an arrow. Is that how I do this?
Is that Rust? I don't even know.
No, this is legit.
Is there even anything, or I don't know. Who knows?
Well, we sort of lose track of which we just get the distances. We don't know which one is which.
Oh, well, you grab the index, right? You grab the index from that, and you offset into legal moves from that.
Go for it.
Or you zip them together.
Right? Oh, zip.
Well, you don't even need to, though. You just do like oh, I see, because you want min, and then you want position. So you want like, this is like a very Pythonic min.
Is that a thing?
I suspect it's like reduce. Again, I'm writing this very like map reduce Pythonic style, which is maybe not what we need, but okay. Let's see. Where is this? We want from value to element. This is like starting.
This is like the best so far.
I think that's the best so far. Oh, yeah. This is what we actually do. We do the map as part of this. Oh no.
I think we're going too crazy. I think
We're going crazy here.
Let's just do the simple loop, like s distance equals double dot infinity.
Double.
Let's move equals null. Oh, is infinity not super capitalized anymore?
Maybe we removed the small ones.
Oh wow.
It was this when that change came through, it like broke everything and it just totally felt needless. But
it's a question of like how much of those things do you change, and like,
well, but looking back, there was just like no users of Dart at the time. So like it ended up being okay.
You have to stop. Eventually you have to stop those things, and you just have to like say this is how the system works, and like it's hard to know when that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I really try to believe that the future is generally always bigger than the past. But I think you do get to a point in like an evolution of a product where the future is not bigger than the past. But the future is still bigger than the past for Dart.
Okay.
Turn, best move. Okay, best move. Current distance.
I'll just say move.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's nullable. I mean, we have to do closest opponent and distance too, but
okay, yeah, great. Well, and then this is the way you do it, right? Isn't defined. Great, fine. I will copy this. I'll go to this. I will make it so. What happened?
It's on the view, not on the agent itself.
Okay, closest opponent is the position.
Yeah.
It's a nullable? Probably not null.
I guess it could be nullable, like if you don't have any opponents.
I don't know. I think it makes sense that it might need to be nullable. Because otherwise you break the ability to like play by yourself, but I'm not sure that that actually is a useful ability.
If piece.owner equals player, because it's not legit, or piece.type.
Rafal says, "Yay, stream! I thought I'd have to go back to sleep, but you rescued me. Glad to be here for you." Although sleep is really important. That was one of the biggest things I changed this year. Was I started getting lots of sleep, and oh my goodness, life is so much better.
This feels like another instance of the same pattern here. Oops. This is like the same code we were running before, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say if our
why? I'm trying to think, what was it we were doing? We were trying to.
Oh, we just know what.
I see which one was the best.
Well, we need to know like closest to what. Like, we need like a position as input here.
Mm-hmm. Unless the agent view knows its position. I see.
I think that should be another query. Like, get me the position of my king. Sorry, am I hogging the
No, this is
here?
great.
Okay. This is current.
I'm sitting here lost in thought. I was thinking about how to apply gas to this. I think it'd actually be really simple. As long as you don't make it explicit that you have to pass gas everywhere.
We're still missing this distance 2 function, and then we're probably gonna need like a position.
All right, so this is like
Okay.
this is like king. So you did king position. Did you get her?
I think so, right?
As I'm typing this, I'm reminded of something you said to me probably 7 years ago as we were ripping apart Blink/WebKit. You were talking about how when you rip apart systems like this, you can tell when something was added to the system, like when it branched in the tree. And I'm thinking about that here because, like, when we take this apart, or when we change it to like remove there'll be vestiges of the chessness in it.
Yeah, because it's sort of the metaphor we started out with, right?
All right. Is it king position is not defined on agent view?
I should need to get position. Have you pass in the type?
Oh.
Position.
But you can't then have more of one. What happened about get position pawn? What would that do?
Well, okay, should be iterable, right? Iterable.
Okay, so this is then first. Get position is not defined for agent view.
Positions, because it's going to give you back more than one.
Okay. Distance 2 is not defined for position.
All right, we need to do that one.
That was just like minus is basically what it is, or difference. Or must be assignable to bool. Piece type not equals to type, you mean? This hasn't been finished. Hold on. I can go type the positions one unless you think.
Oh, yeah, want to see this. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to make a iterator.
See, and here it feels like you want to return a delta. This getting back to the offset thing. Delta is actually offset.
Oh, like get the delta and then ask the delta for its magnitude? Yeah, sure. Sounds right.
Does Dart require self? I can't remember.
No, it doesn't.
What do you say? What's this? Is it required to use this? No, you can just access them directly. Some language requires you to always type this. It's ran.
Who's JavaScript we were fighting with in that way?
There's JavaScript? My poor brain.
This is not the most beautiful version of get positions, but I think it should work.
Okay, target position closest to. I'm banging that one there. Or which bang? No, that's the wrong one. It's how do you denull something?
With a bang at the end.
Bang at the end.
But I don't think you want to denull it. You want to say earlier on, if the target position is null, you got to pick a move.
Well, what if you don't have one? I see. You just go random. Sure.
Or first, right?
Sure. You're suggesting we write better code.
Well, code that doesn't crash, maybe.
Body may complete. Okay, this is not Rust, Eric. You gotta type return, and you gotta put semicolon.
I need like a magnitude.
Okay. This is really like. Is it really delta 2 or distance 2?
I think it's delta 2.
Or just delta?
Yeah, delta 2 looks right.
Maybe then distance 2, actually, whatever, that's fine. I can make the magnitude. Magnitude has to be a getter, unless we're going to cache it.
I think we getter.
As you can tell, you have to make about 8.1 million of these decisions when starting a project like this. All right. Whoa. So this is then like a float?
Double, man.
Double?
Always double.
That's right. We're JavaScript. Magnitude. This is magnitude. This is the square root. Math dot. I have Dart math? No, we do.
We do.
The
squirt. The squirt.
I bet it's actually on the thingy. It's on the, so it's probably.
I would look it up.
That's fine. Dx times dx plus dy times dy.
It's just a free function. It's not. It's just the squirt.
It's the squirt. It's not squirt f or anything. It's just squirt that just returns a.
Yeah, I think one of these has got to be a star here. We need a semicolon at the end of this.
Delta 2.
I got to rename this to delta 2.
Sad thing is that this is not Rust. When we're done, it will not necessarily work.
It'll work. We just need to load up this agent. Like that's in the main function where we pick the agents.
I hot reloaded or hot restarted.
Yeah, but they're still moving randomly.
Yeah, so we need to set Bob to be his agent or whatever.
All right, so that's in main.dart on line 152.
Add player with agents. Okay. So I think this is game controller random is not what we want. Right?
We could just do game controller demo. Eventually this should be like configurable from the UI, right?
Sure. Okay. Oh, I see, because you had it sometimes with more players.
I don't know. I went a little overly general. Like we can just make player name 0 agents. What was it called?
Why don't we just pass in the player? I see. We don't have an object to represent a player agent pair.
I mean, this is kind of what this, yeah. You got to hard code it somewhere or do something, right? Like,
what's this K player names? Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, all this wants to be like an object somewhere. Okay, fine. String cannot be assigned to parameter type.
Oh, you just need like player.
Oh, I see. Because you need like the player color and stuff here too.
Yeah, like none of this quite felt right when I was doing it. This is some kind of like a demo fixture or something, right? Like,
well, what happened if these, like, if at a minimum we just list const list player?
Yeah, that looks sure.
This is I believe we're already starting better here.
Yeah, that's makes a lot more sense.
I have significantly more brain cells active tonight than last, so I can be of at least minimal help. I bet these need to be const. And player has to be taught how to make something const.
And I'll just make this player 0 and player 1 or whatever.
Expected, defined. Yeah. Seeker isn't defined. All right, so that's significantly better. Okay, seeker isn't defined.
Oh, what did you call it?
Seeker agent. I don't know why I called it that. I'll just call it seeker. Okay, avoid const keyword. That's right.
It's too smart.
And inferred now. What did you say?
It's too smart. It knows that it's const.
Well, and the lints just came out too. The lints there's this new lints package that came out in 2.5 that Giphy was referencing. Okay.
Alice is way better than she used to be.
Is Alice the seeker?
I hope so. Yes.
Okay, good.
She's way better at the game than the random mover.
Well, I kind of want the other one to win because we've only ever seen
Alice win. Okay, switch
Alice win. So let's make.
We can make runner who tries to run away from the seeker. Find the closest opponent and go the opposite way.
A winner is Bob. Okay,
I mean, Alice can still win if she randomly moves on top of Bob.
Just in time, because like the way this is that she has a 1/8 chance to win or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, no, she's less than that, right? Because she may randomly move next. Like if they're moving to the left, right, she'll move away, and then there'll always be one separate. And then
okay,
one closer, and then Bob will get her.
Alice, Bob, and runner. Runner really should be purple. This can be green.
I think the runner should be yellow.
Okay, so you're saying we're going to write a runner agent, which is basically
the same thing with the sign flipped. We could write like
entertaining ourselves now.
We could write it like a base class, right? Like with a comparator.
I agree. We could abstract some.
Okay, fine. Did you make it copy pasta?
I copied the pasta, yes.
Okay, great. Now we make the next. We can run this once, but then we're gonna have to refactor this. This is too much copy pasta. It shall not stand.
Right. This is really bothering me. Is this just like? Is this just like are agents const? I bet they aren't.
We can make them const. Why not? I'll make the base class const.
Well, that still wouldn't help.
Yeah, but I'll make them all const. Why not?
Well, I don't know that we want them to be const. You might want them to retain state, like in gas and stuff like that. But that's the agent view.
Yeah, I think that's fine. They should be const. Why not?
I'm just saying that like this is awkward.
Yeah, go ahead and fix it. I'm making all the agents const. You can add them to the fixture.
Right. Well, so if we do that, then this game controller is with players, and this is like player and agent, or just like is it just a player? Like a player own an agent?
No, I think you want players and agents. Like you could imagine where we had many agents taking turns or like getting scored or something.
So is like an agent per piece? Like help me understand. What is the agent hung off of?
Nothing. You're just you have the game knows about pieces and players, and the game controller knows about agents. And so when it's asked to make a move, the game controller asks the agent, "Hey, you're going for player 7. What do you want player 7 to do in this game?"
But how does the game controller look up what agent to use?
It's really dumb. It's got a map from players to agent.
I see. So it is in effect hung off the player.
Yeah, but I separated it in case you wanted to have like a list of agents or something, or I don't know. It felt to me like the game proper, like the game engine, was about pieces, boards, and players.
Sure.
And then the game controller then glues on agents to the side to have the agents go and play the game. Like you can have, instead of an agent, you can have like a human whose job it is to play the piece or something.
So is then like what is the object that has both a player and an agent and smooshes them together?
This one, the game controller.
No. Like, could there be a per player object that holds that mapping? Because then we could make them here, and then we could pass them into here, as opposed to like having to hard code them here. Because what I'm about to do is I have to now remember here exactly what number of players there are hard coded.
Is there like a pair in Dart that we could use, or you could just make a separate list, like the list of the agents, and then the 0 entry would correspond or something. In Rust, I would just use a pair, but I think here the idiom would be a second list of the same length, like agents, list agents.
I think I'm just going to live with it and move on. I'm not loving any of the solutions, and so I'm to the side. It doesn't matter. All right, and this is a runner. Only static fields can be declared const. Oh, I see. You made everything const. Whoa, what's this? Oh, yeah. I don't think we need to do this, actually. This is now demo. It is neat to deal with a much more flexible compiler.
The compiler is not.
Yeah, more forgiving than per const with const constructors. Missing concrete implementation of pick move. Whoa, distance evaluator agent. Whoa. Could you go?
Boom.
Missing concrete implementation of pick move.
What did I do wrong?
Move. Or why? Do we screw up the signature for pick move?
Maybe. Oh, implements? Extends.
Yeah, extends.
Sorry.
I'm much more happy. All right, we started. Whoa. Okay, that's the wrong color, but.
Oh, yeah, you guys make a different color. The green is no good.
I hear you. No. Best move is null.
Okay.
Okay, I'm fixing the green here.
Oh, that's because the original value is no good. Infinity is not the right place to start.
You want 0 or whatever instead? Because it's the sign change. So you need like a start value?
Use null as the start value to say if current distance equals null or is better than.
Okay. You mean best distance?
I mean best distance, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Prefer typing uninitialized variables in fields.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. So
I think the runner didn't have a good place to run from.
Well, I've not yet seen the runner move.
The runner is yellow, right?
So the runner has not yet moved. Oh.
The seeker is trying to get him. He's running away. But he backed himself into a corner. And now the seeker is going to go get the random mover. Winner is Bob.
I don't feel like we actually did that much useful, but we had fun.
Well, what if you had like 3 different runners that all like run away far, and then Bob will go and eat each of them?
Sure. Oh, this still bothers me. Maybe. Aha. Maybe the problem is, why the heck do we have this separate list?
I don't know.
That's our problem in life. If we can't actually put it all there, we'll put it here. Gosh darn it.
Kilo Sarah Alpha. Good evening to you as well.
Evening. Okay.
Yes. We didn't really buy much by making this separate constants, did we?
Oh, the copying's so hard.
Okay, why don't we call this like random seeker? I mean, Bob is cute and all, but
oh man, look at all those runners. Prefer const constructors. Oh, because the player is const.
This
is runner 1 or 2.
You got different colors with it. Light yellow, dark yellow.
6, 7. That's a lot of runners, man.
Do you want more? Because I can make more.
Okay. They're all yellow. Okay.
Very good.
We got this.
There's no actual restart button within the app. We have to restart it from the ID. Okay, here we go. The runners will just run away from everything. They don't know who the seeker is. They're just trying to run away from.
Which one's the seeker?
The seeker is the orange one, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch the seeker just have a oh
no! The random element messed him up right away. Just boo. This could be a long game. Oh. Look, the runners do sort of spread themselves out.
They do. And okay, I think we need to restart and not have the seeker get eaten. Okay, now this should be much more as expected.
I don't know. There's still a random element in there who's going to come and mess up the seeker. Oh. Okay. Now the random element has been eaten.
Yeah, the predator will go seek. This is totally like our ecology simulation all over again. Oh, there we go.
We need a way for you not to have to like click the button over and over again.
Well, it's really bad when we have like 8 of them, because it's not like you click for a turn. You click.
They don't all move at once. Each one gets their turn.
It gives a soundtrack to the. Oh my goodness.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we built some stupid whatever, but it was fun.
But it's sort of showing that like you can plug in different algorithms for the agents, and they do different things, and like
it's real. I was secretly in the back of my mind, I was hoping, because I remember actually when we met maybe Hell 9000, it was that they submitted to our challenge Remember our visualizer challenge? Like,
oh yeah. We had a sound visualizer, and
yeah.
maybe how they submitted this beautiful, like, it looked like the HAL 9000 from the movie,
Yeah.
and it like pulsated in tune with the music. It was so cool. I think we're not quite ready to issue a challenge for writing an agent. Like, we should sort of put a little bit more into the game, but I think maybe in a week or two we might be in that. Might be ready for that.
Yeah.
We gotta add laser beams first, clearly.
We do. I still, in my mind, I still have Bolo. I think I asked you this last week. You played the game Bolo, right, from the 90s or whatever?
Yeah, there's like a game on Mac where you control a little tank. And the cool thing about Bolo is you could get these mods that would then either control your tank with an AI, or they had the cyborg mods where it would show you all of the data that they would give to the AI and make you like a way better human player because you could use all the AI data.
I just remember it was one of the like first multiplayer games.
It taught me about the debugger in Mac too, because if you brought up, this was like in the pre OS 10 days, you could bring up the Mac debugger, and if you knew the right addresses inside of the Bolo program to poke, you could like give your tank superpowers, like raise its max speed or give it many more bullets or whatever.
Well, you literally had a button on the back of the Mac which pulled up the debugger.
Yes.
There was a hardware button to show me the darn debugger.
That's what hardware these days is missing. It needs the show me the debugger button.
It's total opposite. I was setting up this random phone because, in my mobile world, and it required me. I had to create an account with this own separate system in order to even turn on debugging mode on the thing, and then I had to install a SIM card. And it was just like, it's a different world where you like have to ask permission to sort of maybe a little bit debug your thing.
It's like, but my program is broken on your phone. I'm trying to help your users. Yes. Help me help you.
Anyways, well, before we go, did you learn anything exciting this week you'd like to share?
What did I learn this week? I feel like I've just been doing performance reviews. It's that kind of season at work. Like, yeah, I literally wrote 0 code changes this week. I was sad when I looked over my weekly code changes and realized that.
William says, I missed the pause break key so much. I hear you. Yeah. I was also.
What did you learn this week? What did you learn this week?
Well, I was deep in perf reviews too, so I did also not write very much. Although I felt super productive. There was lots going on in a week. We did a release this week, as Giffy noted earlier. I did also, maybe this was last week. Since I returned from Austria, I made 6 attempts at making rye bread, just trying to get to one that was edible because the first 5 were not. But I finally, on my 6th attempt, made something that was edible. Turns out I had to cook it for an hour and a half.
Holy
hour and a half in the oven. I don't know if I said this all last week, but it was a while ago.
A little update, but not that level of detail.
Yeah.
I thought of something I learned this week. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos about speed running sort of classic video games.
Oh, totally my thing.
And I've been learning about all the like neat tricks in GoldenEye to get faster times.
Well, I know they like look down to like.
Yes. Apparently this was so controversial. So okay, and for those of you who aren't aware, in GoldenEye to get a good time, you have to look down, which makes there be fewer polygons, which allows the game to run at a faster frame rate, which allows James Bond to run slightly faster, and you can break all the world records or whatever. But apparently what I learned was when this was discovered, it was hugely controversial in the GoldenEye speedrunning community. And like many of the top speedrunners quit. And like, I don't want to play the game if I have to look down the whole time.
Yeah. I remember because you and I, we would occasionally watch these, there was like the
Super
yearly,
Metroid.
Yeah, well, we had this friend who ran Metroid. But there was this like yearly games done quick or something. And I remember it was this like Canadian dude with a sweater vest who was like really good at GoldenEye and explained. Anyways, those are my memories of GoldenEye.
I think speedrunning is such a great thing because it's so related to security research in my mind
Mhm.
because they study these games in such incredible detail, and whenever
Yeah.
they discover something, it feels like what it feels like to discover an exploit in software. It's like
They
you're now
literally
able to,
call them exploits.
yeah, you can like do something you're not supposed to do, which is like exactly the feeling of doing security research.
Anyways, wonderful to see you as always. I guess we'll be doing more games next week. And thanks all for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.